GOTY! GOTY, 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 welcome. I like calling it GOTY. Nobody will ever stop me, unless it becomes a slur in the future. Please don't do that. Real quick, here's some stuff that I didn't get around to playing this year, but I heard I would probably like. Some of these are like, oh yeah, I definitely would like, but some of these are like, I don't know. How about some best games that were not from this year, that I played this year? Final Fantasy IX, oh my god, it's really good. Everybody in the past 30 years has been right about that. I played the whole thing on Twitch with Chip guiding me. It's like one of his favorite games, and that was a great time. Worth watching. I'm biased.
This is so good, man. Oh. That makes me like legit tear up.
Oh. Also in the same category as Final Fantasy IX with regards to totally being worth the hype, Mario RPG. Of course it's good. Everyone's right. It's really good. It's super funny and cute and charming. And now I know it's really good from personal experience because it's good. We did not finish streaming this because we moved to a different country and that kind of distracted us for a while. We're gonna get back to it, I swear to God. Riven. I've never played this game, did not play it on stream. Don't know why I missed out on Riven. I also missed out on Myst for what it's worth, but we played that together, also off stream, like a year or two ago. Really good shit. A classic for a reason, obviously. Turns out it is good for my mental health to play games outside of a work context. Who'd have thought? But yeah, I'm a big fan of like couch co-op puzzle games where one person is doing the navigating and the other person is the note taker. I'm usually the note taker. I like doing the little puzzle notes, and Chip is just way better at having a sense of direction than me. It always works out great. I highly recommend couch co-oping single-player puzzle games. It's a good, thinky time. Baldur's Gate 3. I'm also not streaming this one. So Chip and I had to restart our entire file because we, like I said, moved to a different country, and as a result, months passed. We did not play Baldur's Gate 3. We load up our save file. We are at the very beginning of Act 3, basically. We're right about to step on into the titular Baldur's Gate I've heard so much about. And we realize, like, I don't remember, like, almost anything about how to play this. I don't remember my spells. I'm a sorcerer. I don't remember like any of the buttons. I don't exactly remember what we were doing and all the plot threads and stuff. Like I had like the kind of the main gist still in my head, but we had to start over. We had to start the whole file over. That would have been a nightmare. Like strategically, I don't know how we could have made that work. So yeah, now we are midway through Act 2 now. We just re-met the necromancer guy. So things are coming along nice. I curse this vile twink for kind of screwing up my chances with Carlock, though, I think. She's very monogamous. I did not expect that of her. And the last best game that I played this year that is not from this year is Alan Wake 2. I didn't stream this. But yeah, good game and a good developer. What made it? Because they hired Josh to be their video artist, and now we live in Finland. Thank you, Mr. Alan Wake. I love you. And my last mini category before we get to the actual GOTY list is game I wish I loved more, and that's Balatro. I really, really wish I liked Balatro more. I'm like really sad about it not like clicking for me. Everyone loves this fucking game. I want to be part of the zeitgeist. I really want to love this thing too. And that like kind of breaks my heart a little bit. I don't know. It's just not working for me. Like, sure, it's nice when the numbers get big, but I'm just not good at making the numbers get big. I need like a coach or something. I'm not good at it. Like, I've beaten like most of the decks, like the first level of all of the decks maybe. But like I cannot fathom amping up the difficulty to the next one anymore. I can barely do the first. Why come numbers not go big? And like it just kind of felt like really repetitive. Like I wasn't getting better through the repetition or something. I don't know. Like I'm just like not going. The good chemicals are not... I'm not getting enough of the good chemicals because I'm not good at the game enough to get the big numbers. But okay, enough of all that stuff. Here is the list, my games of the year, 2024. Number 10, Clickolding. Hey, it's a goofy little artish game. It's a good time. It's uncomfortable in a way that art stuff can do to you. Yeah, you know, I liked it. It was nice. And it's only like 45 minutes, so like I appreciate a game that knows how long it should be. That's nice. I like games that respect my time. Number 9, Silent Hill, The Short Message, which is a controversial one, I guess. But I liked this thing. It's like just a new miniature Silent Hill game. It's also not very long, and looks gorgeous. And, you know, it hit me where it hurt, like right in the rejection sensitivity part of my sad little brain. I also think it did a really good job with the natural cringe and the like horrible weight of being a teen, like how big of a deal everything felt, and it just like, it's devastating constantly being a teen. It's awful. I don't recommend being a teen. And you know, if you don't relate to that, then like, hey, this game's not for you. That's okay. Like, what are you gonna do? I'm glad that you either didn't experience like quite exactly this, or like you did, but you were able to move on from it. That's good for you, that it doesn't hurt you still. Also, very sick monster. I'm a huge fan of CB, which is what I call this thing, because Sakura Head is a bad name. I do not care if it was voted into canon. I would say you're all wrong, but like really it's the social media person who's wrong for not giving us a wider list of choices. They're all really bad choices. Number 8, Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, which I didn't stream, but I played this the co-op couchy style way with Chip that I was talking about earlier. And good ass puzzle game, really enjoyed it. The ending kind of whiffed for me personally, but this is a very good grab a notebook style puzzle game that also dabbles in a lot of like art feelings, which are fun, but like the game doesn't super follow through on a lot of the premises that it proposes, if that makes sense. And I kind of wanted them to. I mean, like, I don't want to spoil what I'm talking about though. You should play this game. The ending is not badly written or anything like that. It's just not what I wanted from it, basically. It's not as interesting as I thought where it was going. I don't know, whatever. But yeah, the puzzles are tough but fair and reward having like a very keen eye towards detail. I'm really proud that we didn't look up anything except for a handful of those shortcut door puzzles, because a bunch of them reminded me of SAT questions. And that's not fun for me, so no thank you. It's also super stylish, love the vibes, plus they got these guys with weird heads wearing suits, which is a special interest of mine. Nice. 7, Astrobot. Who doesn't like Astrobot? This was good as hell. I don't even have to talk about it. It's just like really good. Everyone knows it's good. It's solid. It's cute. It's fun to play. It feels really good. Fun. Astrobot rules. Enough said. Number 6, Arctic Eggs. This is another game in the weirdo art bullshit category, but obviously I'm into that sort of thing, so here we are. This is a totally silly kind of gameplay that's pretty new. It feels like a WarioWare game a little bit. But it was really satisfying to get better at cooking the eggs. Like the gradual improvement of my personal fry cook skills as the game went on and the challenges got way, way more ludicrous. That gave me a lot of triumphant moments over something so increasingly stupid. Now the really hard part. Oh god, how do I flip these? I feel special. This is also one of the funnier games of this year. It got a lot of laughs from me. I really enjoyed all the jokes in this. They're all really good. Number 5, Crow Country. This is another great grab a notebook kind of puzzle game with a lot of love for its inspirations, as well as a lot of charming humor to it. Also a surprisingly cool plot. Shit ends up real interesting. Really solid, really good length too. It doesn't overstay its welcome. And I think there was only like 2 puzzles that were kind of bullshit, in my opinion. I ranked this one higher than Lorelei, which did not have any like genuinely bullshit, I need to look this up puzzles, because I think it was a more interesting story with a more satisfying conclusion for me than Lorelei was. It really pays off its intrigue in a way that Lorelei kind of flopped on. Number 4. Now this is an educated guess on its placement on the list because I have not yet beaten this one, okay? But it is Sorry We're Closed. This thing's got style for miles, and it's got an interesting plot and premise, the characters, the game mechanics to back it all up. Hell yeah. It's a queer as hell mashup of a ton of things I like. This was made in a lab for me to vibe with. It's got shades of Catherine, neon white, no more heroes, all kind of wrapped up in a beautiful Silent Hill shell that's neon. And by the way, speaking of No More Heroes, they got the guys that did the song Itadakimasu to do music in this game, so the music fucking slaps. Like, it's cool. It's fucking cool. Unreasonably good music in this. It's also got some like choices matter aspects to it that I did not expect. And it's already been interesting to weigh how I want to go about these situations. Like, they're not like press A to be good guy, press B to be bad guy choices. It's like, who do you want to ally with while not having a ton of information about them or the situation? What kind of consequences might result if you decide, I do want to ruin this fucking guy's life, I hate you, Daryl? But yeah, it's one of those indies that clearly wears its influences on its sleeve while still having the confidence to clearly be its own thing. It's pretty easy to have style be a crutch by accident, but so far I'm finding this to be pretty engaging on its non-aesthetic merits. I mean, look at this neat otherworld flipping combat system. Wow. The combat is a little clunky, but for me, that's like not a huge deal breaker in a game that is a love letter to a notoriously clunky genre. I think it deserves a pass for that. 3. Cryptmaster. Oh man, I enjoyed this one. Really innovative gameplay where your undead dungeon crawling party spells out their attacks in order to vanquish foes. Get it? Spell? They're spelling their spells to cast spells, huh? There's also tons of fun and silly riddles, some with multiple valid answers, a lovely monochrome art style reminiscent of the old D&D monster manuals, wonderful sound design, excellent music by Surashu, I hope I said your name right, and voice acting and writing that was way better and funnier than I expected. This was the other really big funny game of the year for me.
Why would you tell me that? Well, you can't come in. Be gone.
It's still funny. It's still funny hearing Fink fucking laughing in the background.
You did it! You told him you were going to rob the tomb. Oh, I never thought you'd actually do it, you bunch of idiots.
The Cryptmaster himself is a campy, sassy, charismatic weirdo that is a joy to play around with as much as, you know, like playing the game itself. They really did a thorough job with his vocabulary. It's like somewhat rare that you can stumble upon a word that they didn't program in for this guy to have a response to. I have not typed in daddy yet.
Daddy, are you addressing me? Yes, what?
Nothing.
I beg your pardon?
Never.
Nothing?
No, it's fine.
What a strange thing to say.
Nothing. And I'm under the impression that the devs have added more words as streamers and whatnot have tested the limits of the Cryptmaster's lexicon.
I'm not going to talk to you about myself. We're not courting.
And as a fan of skeletons with Riz, I have a bias to like this dude anyway.
I know.
But it helps that he flirts back with fans on social media. And that is how you secure a comfortable place on my GOTY list. But yeah, impressive stuff. I think the only thing I'm docking points for is that the ending wasn't quite paced right for me, but it's not like it was a flop like Lorelei was. It was more of a situation where you're like, oh, are we at the ending? Oh, okay. Okay, I guess we'll go. But the rest of the game was extremely good, whatever. Number 2, Mouthwashing. Good shit. Extremely good shit that I don't want to spoil it all for you. You should play this game. But suffice it to say, like multiple other entries on this list, Silent Hill fans are eating damn well this year. Thank you, God. The oppressive vibes in this are impeccable. The aesthetic, the hallucinatory aspects, the music, the writing, it is all so confident in what it's doing. I especially love how long the individual scenes are. The game has a tendency to cut away from these moments at the perfect time to kind of haunt you about where that conversation may have gone next, without it feeling frustrating or rushed that we didn't get to see more of that. The pacing of Mouthwashing is maybe kind of perfect. Just a very well told and harrowing story. A parable about responsibility, how corporate and workplace hierarchy is inherently dehumanizing, how your bosses do not care about you, how these systems pit us all against each other, how ignoring or compartmentalizing a seemingly harmless small problem can snowball into something cataclysmic.
Polly says, "Are you working hard? Or hard are you working?"
I hate you, Polly! You motherfucker. You fucking motherfucker. Also, the fandom is fucking unhinged, and that's fascinating to me. Reminds me of the early aughts Silent Hill fandom, a lot, and that's very endearing to me. And finally, my game of the year, against all odds, is Silent Hill 2 Remake. What? I'll be goddamned. They pulled it off. How the fuck? If you'd have told me when this game was announced that not only would this game be good, it would be my game of the year, I would have spontaneously combusted like a boiler in a suspiciously biased and ethically compromised fire inspector's investigative report on something that was definitely a secret cult ritual led by the head of the local cult, which runs or otherwise blackmails all governmental bodies in town. I would have spontaneously combusted just like that. How convenient. So as you may already know, I had less than zero faith in Bloober Team to make something even passable here. I'm not a fan of any of their games. They're not scary, they're jump scary, they're not really atmospheric, there's no good puzzles in them, none of them have combat, none of the stories are compelling to me, and a whole lot of them have pretty unfortunate and insensitive messaging around mental health. I think we kind of know their reputation around that at least, right? I wouldn't wish remaking this game on anyone less than my worst enemy, and some fucking how Bloober Team didn't just pull this off, they did a surprisingly good job. I would say that of the changes made in this game, less than a dozen of them are straight up downgrades for me, and maybe a dozen were kind of lateral moves, where it's oh, I mean, that's fine too. Nah, it's not my preference maybe, but it's not a bad choice. And the vast majority are straight up improvements somehow. Things I did not realize needed improving, even. Of course this should be a hub puzzle that you return to a couple different times over the course of the level. Of course it should be. Oh man, making this a hub puzzle makes all the sense in the fucking world. Jesus Christ. One-off strange things are recontextualized to still be notably strange, but also notably important to interact with and revisit. Yes, this is more video gamey in that it's sensical and convenient, which I like. But to that I retort, it's also bizarrely video gamey to combine a bent needle with a piece of human hair to kind of fish out, make a little hooky thing that you fish a key out of a drain with. Like, how could human hair do that? Why would anyone think to do that when you're in a hospital that has tons and tons of tubing? And in fact, that's what they used in the remake, was medical tubing. And I'm like, well, of course. What the, of course. Oh, but it's supposed to be bizarre and off-kilter and strange and nonsensical because it's reflective of James's mental state. That was me. I'm imitating myself like a couple years ago. And like, I don't know if I buy that anymore because like, this is like King's Quest whack shit. Like, is it more video gamey to have a smoother experience navigating the levels, or is it more video gamey to have to backtrack a lot, constantly checking your map? Because these puzzles are often in kind of inconvenient, weird places. Like, I don't know, your mileage may vary on that, but I found the smoothening of the edges on this aspect of Silent Hill 2 to be pretty good for pacing. And speaking of pacing, a common complaint that I've seen floating around a lot is that this game has too much exploration and it gets in the way of the pacing. But hey, not me. I'm not complaining about that. Whoa! No way!
Oh, you could go in
what?
here? What the fuck? I did not know you could go in here. What the fuck?
What? I was stoked to explore the town more. Stoked! And I'm so impressed and in love with how Bloober Team made Silent Hill finally actually feel like a vacation town. Like it's worth visiting at all. But no, they got a movie theater, they got a way more beautiful Rosewater Park, they have other little parks that are beautiful and have little historic statues in them. The Historical Society actually looks like you could spend a little, like, half a day in there checking out all those things. But yeah, it's cute. This is a cute town. Used to be a cute town. The layout of the town is also similar enough to be familiar to me, but had interesting changes that like make sense geographically. The Lakeview Hotel actually feels like a lovely boutique vacation spot worth staying at all its own for a romantic getaway. I didn't realize that I kind of like filled in a lot of those blanks as a teen and didn't really fully consider like what's worth visiting this place for, because all it's insisting is we have a lake. Check out that lake. Don't get me started on the mannequins because they are my favorite thing of the year. Thing of the year, 2024. Mannequins, the spider mannequins specifically. These things are making everyone shit their pants, and I'm over here like, oh, the babies. Oh. Hi. Hi. Oh, hi. Oh. Hi. Oh. 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 Hello. Oh. Oh. Well. Ah. Good for them. What a glow up that they can do that now. Hey, hey, oh, the shoe of them. Oh, oh, oh. This is like seeing a bunny outside for me. I don't know.
This is like,
oh, it ran away. Oh.
from all the impressions I've seen, everyone's fucking terrified of the spider mannequins.
They're great. But yeah, I could go on, and I did, on multiple podcasts. I don't think any of them are out just yet as of the release of this video, but you can at some point soon hear me gush about the Silent Hill 2 remake on multiple podcasts. Deep Listens, Retronauts, and Jawbone, which is one of the bonus content pods that we do for my D&D radio play / actual play hybrid podcast, Skull Tenders, which, by the way, you should listen to, as it's my current big thing that I'm doing at the moment, and it's a lot of work, and it would be good if people saw the work, or listened to the work. But yeah, I produce the show, I pour a ton of love and effort into this thing, I put tons of sound effects in here, and tons of music and scoring. It's a whole thing, and it would mean a lot if people watch the thing that I work very, very hard on a lot. But yeah, it's really good. Trust me, I know I'm biased, but it's really, really good. It's super funny, it has a ton of interesting world building and lore stuff going on. You're gonna be interested. It ain't those boring D&D podcasts. No, it's tightly edited. We ain't wasting your time here on Skulltenders. But, yeah, that's the GOTY. I did it. Right as my voice is starting to get a little raspy. Do you hear how cute it sounds when I lose my voice? Adorable. But yeah, that's the GOTY, right as my voice is getting crappy, so that's good timing. But thank you for watching. If any of my opinions at any point sounded like facts, but they were actually wrong facts, and that pisses you off, here's my advice. Imagine the words "in my opinion" at the start of those statements, and be free. Be free from the shackles of my terrible influence on your life. Don't comment. You may now more easily resist the urge to be a pedantic freak that makes everyone on the internet carefully phrase each and every small idea they utter, you exhausting thought cop. Don't be like this. No one likes that. Anyway, hit the like button and the bell and subscribe to this YouTube channel and maybe also the other one, which is Voidburger Gaming. That's for all of the stream content I do and not the more produced videos that I do on this other one that I think has way less subs on it anyway, but whatever, I don't really care about that shit. You should also follow me on Twitch and Patreon. Those are both Voidburger, and Blue Sky, which is voidburger.bsky.social, but I think I can change that to voidburger.com, and I just haven't done that yet, but I could do that, and I'm probably gonna do that at some point. And speaking of Blue Sky, I do owe everybody a bikini picture because I said I'd do that when I hit 10K follows, and I did, so I gotta do a bikini picture now. It'll happen. I'm just in between meds right now, so currently the brain is too sad for the body to be hot. But bye! Thank you for watching. Thank you for caring about my opinions. It means a lot. Mwah, mwah, mwah.